we watched all the subprime and all the housing stuff go awry, right? Bailout of the banks, the too big to fail banks, all that other good stuff. Okay. Kamala is talking about something that I think she don't even know what she's saying, because she's saying that she's going to provide a 25K tax credit, right? Well, not tax credit. Well, yeah, it's tax credit. It's a credit to first-time home buyers. But what a lot of people didn't do is actually read under there, because they like to put these nice big bulletins, but in there it says first generation. Who's usually first generation? It's not Black people that have been over here since 400-500 years, right? They're not first generation anything. It's definitely not the English, and them, they've been here since, right? So who are they talking about that would be first generation? It's usually an immigrant. And of course she understands that because her family is immigrants, right? So the language is what I'm telling you that you have to watch. And to the 25K, if you know anything about housing and builders, they give credits, right? I almost bought a Syntex, I think it was Syntex, Caruso, one of them properties. I almost bought one of those homes, and they were given, the credits, and you can get another house, a part of the house, whatever with it. But they will give you those credits, and then you can get something from the seller for closing and yada yada yada, right? All right. What she knows that she's not telling her, her constituents or people that are going to vote for her, is that the sellers and the builders, they're just going to tack it onto the price of the house, essentially raising the price of the house. So technically, they got free money. Not you.
I mean, I can't. Okay, so what I will say is this: the Biden-Harris administration already did something like this for bailing out homeowners after the pandemic, which they allowed homeowners.
What do you mean by
I'm about to tell you. I got you. What they did was they gave homeowners, any homeowner, if you were behind on your mortgage after the pandemic, you were allowed. Each household was allowed up to $25,000 towards mortgage assistance. Okay, that money was there for at least a year and a half. I think the funds probably ran out last year, but in that initiative, do you know how many people's households and families that were saved as a result of that? Are we aware of how many people that actually benefited from the America Rescue Plan? We need to start thinking of, like, as much as we can talk about every single problem.
Are we aware of it, or are they aware of it?
No, I'm very aware of how.
What I'm saying when I say are they aware of it, meaning like the numbers, are they actually putting those numbers up? I don't need to be aware of it. They need to be aware of it. So they need to show me how many people it actually benefited and who they gave it to.
No, I mean the numbers are there. So I mean, I'm
but the demographics matter.
It's because I was able to personally benefit from that, because my father had passed away in the pandemic, and I had to pay his hospital bills as well as some other the nursing home bills, and as a result, it put my household at a and behind situation in which we're still in a pandemic. So yes, I was able to benefit from that. So if we were to talk about one person, it would be me to start off.
But one doesn't constitute the country.
I'm not speaking. I mean, but essentially, it's a lot. Each state was allotted the homeowners assistance fund. Every state was given a certain amount of money to bail out homeowners that had lost their jobs or loss of income or lost a family member due to the pandemic. Was that beneficial? Yes, it was. So, I mean, I can harp about a lot of the problems that Kamala and the Biden-Harris have done, but I would be remiss to not sit here and talk about all the wonderful things they did and how many changes they made.
But we have to talk about what she's pushing. Like she's also pushing,
right?
Yeah, because she's trying to be president, right? So
I got you. But we also have to
dissect that.
Yeah, but the same way we went through Trump's track record and the positives of him is the same way I'm going to push the narrative of the positive things that Kamala has done. So we're going to talk about the things.
That's fine.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the things that she's putting forth. I'm only giving you an example of the things that she's already done to support the things that I know she will do.
Right, but
so
I'm talking about with this though, because you just stated earlier that you don't like adding to the deficit.
Right. But like she said, it will pay for us, like she says.
This is going to add to a deficit. This is not free money. This is going to add to a deficit.
It's going to add to a deficit in a sense of
no, it's going to add to a deficit.
My thing is this:
you take money, you're going to add to a deficit.
Okay, but when you put, like, if you got 25 down on a house, essentially that makes your interest rate and amongst your principal balance goes down.
Interest rate up. Go ahead.
So essentially, that interest, it will drop your interest rate the more you put down when you go and get a home. Yes or no?
Correct? No, it drops the price of the house. The interest rate
drops the price of the house, and depending on the credit, your interest rate will drop as well.
The credit, and that's the crazy part. The credit had the interest rate is set by the federal. That's the problem I have with it overall. I was gonna get there, but that's why I said I'm glad you brought it up. The interest rate, okay, but it's set by the Federal Reserve. It's an astronomical amount right now, 6.4. Right? And so you're telling a person if they need 25K for a house, ma'am, they cannot afford a house. I'm telling you that right now. If they need 25K, because just a 20% down payment on a house, right?
Right.
Okay. In a conventional mortgage. You got people out here getting 40-year mortgages on a 6.4%. Like, they're gonna pay that till they die. I can assure you. If you were 20, you would be damn near paying that to your 50 something. Okay. So what I'm saying is they understand. Maybe not her, but the people who draft this stuff, they understand the economics of it and how it don't really work. It sounds nice. Anytime somebody says, I'm gonna help you, right? Like a payday place says, hey, you don't got no money? I can give you money to your next check. But they don't tell you that it's at a 20% of interest rate. And how you going to be paying them astronomical money back? You didn't pay them $2,500 when you only bought